So yesterday at E3, me and Dan waited 3.5 goddamn hours to play Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. And we used the Pokeball Plus, which I have so much to say. So they start you in somewhere in the beginning of the game. You have a level 6 Pikachu, a couple sprinkled about level 6 Pokemon, and some level 5 Pokemon. You had Pikachu, you had all of the starters. So you had Charmander, Bulbasaur, the green one. Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle. That's what you had. And you had an Eevee. You had another Pokemon in there. That would only be 5, but I don't remember which one it was. So in this, Pikachu was on my shoulder and Charmander was following immediately behind me. In this version of the game, you see Pokemon in the tall grass. So you don't have random encounters. You just see them kind of like you do in Pokemon Go. However, they're not as easy to avoid as you might expect. The trigger box around them, the invisible box, is pretty wide. So if you get within, I don't know, like 20 pixels of them, you might trigger the battle. And sure, you can avoid them by just running around them entirely, but there's some areas where the tall grass has a lot of Pokemon spread out, so you might not be able to run around them. And of course, that's randomly generated. And trainer battles work the same as they've always worked. If you walk into their line of sight, they'll run into you and try to fight you. We used the Pokeball Plus, which was cool sometimes. So it's a joystick that you click in, and the click in is the only button on the whole thing. And of course, it has motion control, so you can throw the Pokeball. And it has 2 safety measures. It has a wrist strap and a thumb strap. I didn't realize that it had 2 safety measures. I just instinctively put my thumb through the thumb strap. I thought I got tangled up in the wire, but Dan said that that's actually a mechanism. It's surprisingly intuitive to navigate the game only using the thumbstick and the click. If you think about it, Pokemon games are just a series of menus. And of course there's the walking around the world, but you only need one button to interact with things in that world. So that works surprisingly well. You're just sitting there with a ball in your hand, walking around. That was fine. Throwing the Pokeball to catch the Pokemon, the wild Pokemon, yikes. You can throw underhand or overhand, and you take the Pokeball and you hold it up to you and you click it in to calibrate it. I guess that tells the Pokeball what rotation it's at, so it knows what a straight throw is. And I mean, that's what they do in the anime. They click it in before they throw it, so that works. But it doesn't always work right. The first time I did it, it went all the way off that way. That was probably because I calibrated it wrong or I threw it wrong, but whatever. In Pokemon Go, if the circle that is closing in on the Pokemon is anything but green, so if it's yellow, orange, or red, you have to curve the ball. So you grab the ball, you go like this, and then you fling it like sideways, and it does like a curve and lands in the circle. The Nintendo rep said that unfortunately you can't curve balls in this build of the game. It's possible that you can't curve the ball in the official build of the game either. But for harder Pokemon to capture, you just have to wait for the circle to be very tiny before you throw the ball. It's really not hard. And when I was done playing, the Nintendo rep asked what I thought about the new mechanics, and I said, well, I'm not a motion controls guy. I want to sit there with the controller like this, slouched in my, computer chair, playing my games. I don't want to be, standing there going like this all day to catch these Pokemon. I really, really hope that there's a way to play with a Pro Controller, because, I will suffer having to have some physical exertion, but I'd much rather not. I was also curious why my version, I was playing the Pikachu version, why did it have an Eevee in my lineup? My Pikachu was a level 6, my Eevee was a level 5. The Eevee only had 3 moves, where the Pikachu had 4. The move that my Eevee was missing was double kick. Apparently the Let's Go Eevee people had double kick on their Eevee. My Pikachu also had double kick, so I guess your starter starts with double kick, or you get double kick around level 6. So I just asked AJ, resident Pokemon expert. He says Pikachu doesn't learn double kick in yellow at all. In this build I had double kick. And both these, whatever starter you get, whether it be Pikachu or Eevee, seems like you get double kick. Unless this build, they just gave you double kick so you can fight a bunch of people. You'll be able to get an Eevee in the Let's Go Pikachu version. It just won't be able to sit on your shoulder. And you won't be able to evolve the Eevee in the Let's Go Eevee version. At least, I don't think you will. Unless you trade it and trade it back, like, because that's how it works in Pokemon Yellow. You couldn't evolve your Pikachu unless you traded it to somebody and traded it back to yourself. So originally I wanted the Eevee version, but now I'm thinking I want the Pikachu version because I want an evolved Eevee. I only fought 2 trainers, obliterated them because, you know, that's what happens early on in the game. I only used Pikachu and Charmander. I didn't get to use anybody else. Oh no, I did use Eevee. That's how I knew that he only had 3 moves. The demo was really just you walking around one of the routes, walking around the tall grass and fighting some trainers. All in all, there wasn't a lot to see. All I really got to do was play with the Pokeball Plus. That was the most interesting thing that I did, and I don't have that great things to say about it. I'm gonna get one, of course, possibly 2. They also showed me one that had a Pikachu in it. And he said, yeah, hold it up to your ear and shake it and you'll hear it. And you hold it up to your ear and you shake it. And I go, which Pokemon's in this? Because Eevee doesn't say Eevee. It like sounds like it's having a stroke. So the Pokemon was having a stroke. And I said, which Pokemon's in this? And I gave it to him and he goes, yeah, sometimes it says Eevee when it's Pikachu. But you can put whatever Pokemon you want in it. It doesn't have to be Pikachu or Eevee. It could be anybody. But I think only Pikachu and Eevee make the sounds. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with that. I'm excited for the game, of course, because we're getting Pokemon on the big screen, finally, and it looks really beautiful. It's a remake of Yellow, and, you know, I grew up with Red and Blue, so close enough. The only problem is those damn motion controls. I don't need that in my life. I don't mind having a new way to catch Pokemon. I'm open to that idea because the old way is kind of monotonous anyway. You have to whittle down their health, and you know you can whittle down their health. Sometimes it just randomly kills them, or you throw a Pokeball at them and then they get out of it. It's all monotonous. You know it's easy. You know you'll get that Pokemon eventually. So I'm open to a new way to catch Pokemon in that regard, but moving my hand like this all day, like I want to relax when I play games. So. What? No, it's fine. So I'm open to a new way of catching Pokemon. I just don't know if, you know, having to throw a ball all day is really gonna, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna want to do that. I want to relax when I play games. I want to sit there and like slouch in my couch with my Pro Controller like this. Especially if I'm streaming the game, I'm gonna be throwing my ball all day. I'm saying that like I'm gonna be catching like a million Pokemon. Of course, you don't have to play with the Pokeball Plus. You can play with the Joy-Con, but you still do the same motion. You gotta still throw the Pokeball. As for portable mode, I have no idea. They claim you'll be able to play it in portable mode. Touchscreen seems to make sense in portable mode because that's how you do it in Pokemon Go, so why the hell not? Docked mode with the Pro Controller, you might have to move the whole Pro Controller, so that I'm not happy about that. But despite all that, I'm still excited for the game. I'm still happy we're getting it, because again, it's Pokemon on the big screen. And the trainer battles are just straight up trainer battles. They're fine. Everything works exactly like it did before. And those are the fun parts anyway. So I'm still excited, just know that the motion controls are meh, and the Pokeball Plus is also meh, but still works in the menus and whatnot. Thank you guys for watching. What do you guys think about Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu or Pokemon Let's Go Eevee? Are you just as concerned about the motion controls as I am? Anyway, leave it in the comments below. At me on Twitter, all this other social media garbage. We got new videos and live streams all the time. Our schedule is usually in a pinned tweet on our Twitter. Of course, the most important things that you can do is subscribe. Share this video with a friend who, you know, has a bunch of Pikachu plushies or something. I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys very much. I gotta run to the convention now. Hopefully they let me in with my camera today. That's okay. Goodbye. Have a good week.